Women, what are some questions you've always wanted to ask men but were too embarrassed? What happens to your balls when you run? Are they just banging around? Do they stick between your thighs? Do they end up tucked? I've been dying to know. Thanks. The nutsack isn't always floppy. It scrunches up and loosens. They don't flop when scrunched. Also, underwear keeps them in place. What does it feel like to run with no underwear on? Does it just flop around? Does it hurt? Does the bouncing get too hard? It kind of flops around, it doesn't hurt, and the bouncing doesn't get me hard. Is it true that guys genuinely hesitate or avoid going up to talking to women that are super attractive? I mean like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Is attractiveness and or appearance something that makes you stall when shooting your shot? Can't speak for all guys, but what I tell myself, why the hell would someone like her be interested in someone like me? I'm with someone who buys me flowers to make me smile. What would be something I could do similarly for him that is non-sexual that would brighten his day? Be the big spoon, scalp massage, back rub, not necessarily a massage either. Next time y'all are watching TV in bed or on the couch, let him lay his head on your chest or lap, and run your fingers through his hair, or just pet his back like a dog. Even better if he's shirtless and you can lightly scratch his back. May not seem like much, but it makes a big impact on us, even if we may not immediately show it. For me, it slows my mind, helps me stop thinking for a while and process the here and now so much better. Can you feel our boobs when we hug? Depends on the size, but yeah, for the most part we can. Does what our vaginas look like truly matter to you? Like girls having longer lips and such. I've always felt incredibly self-conscious about guys going down on me, even if guys have never mentioned it before. Vaginas are like pizza. Whatever it looks like, it's still going in my mouth. Do pussies generally taste and smell appealing? In my experience, yes. But some of my friends have stories that made me thanking all the gods that are and were for my outstanding luck. How often do men want to be hugged? Does it feel clingy if a girl offers it every now and then? This thread felt like a survey. And reading all the comments, I think the conclusion is 90% of men loves it and most of them are really starved of hugs. 2% of men don't mind if they are offered. 1% don't like it. Thanks to all the men out there for opening up. Girls just shower your shout out with the hugs. They love it as much as we do. For the rest of the 3%, just ask for their consent. How much does weight matter in attraction? Unless she's a giant Amazonian lady, height doesn't factor at all. If she is a giant Amazonian lady, I'm free this weekend. Do you guys wipe your dick after you go pee? Or do you just shake it, assume it's good, then put it back in your pants? Doesn't that leave a little bit of pee in the tip? Why would you do that instead of just taking a bit of toilet paper and dabbing your ween? No matter how much you wiggle and dance, the last drop goes down your pants. Do you ever worry about what your friends think of the attractiveness of your girlfriend and her wife? Like, are you ever worried that people you know don't find her good looking and judge you for being with her? This question is obviously coming straight from my insecurities, LOL. I actually did have this fear with my last girlfriend. She was a bigger girl and I wasn't really concerned about what they thought, but just didn't want anyone being judgmental toward her. It's hard to explain. I wasn't ashamed of her or anything, just hate the thought of people judging her by her appearance. From my significant other, what does my pussy feel like? In the winter, stand around in your house naked, to the point you are uncomfortably cold. Then pull a huge pile of clothes fresh out of the dryer and climb inside the pile. What do you want a woman to say to you if she likes you, in terms of confessing her feelings or expressing interest? Thank you everyone for the great advice and tips. I'm 30 and still trying to figure out dating. I'm generally shy and feel vulnerable easily. I really appreciate all the tips. I'm so damn oblivious and basically never even think a girl might be interested in me. Please be direct and just ask me if you'd like to go on a date. Do y'all enjoy late night chats as much as girls do, or it annoys y'all if it's very often? Sometimes my wife asks me about something I'm really interested in or passionate about late at night, and I have to point out that she is knocking on the door of a 2-hour PowerPoint presentation and she's got work in the morning. When you have to pee and poop at the same time, do you pee standing and then sit, or sit for both? Sit for both. What are some of your thoughts on girls making the first move? You should try it more often. Do y'all like making your dicks do the bouncing thing? Slapping, spinning, bouncing, all of it. My wife pretends to think it's funny, at at least. Do guys really appreciate a woman that makes the move, whether you are newly dating or married for years? I want them to feel wanted by me, and I want to convey that. Or do guys feel it could threaten them a little bit? I know it sounds weird and maybe old school, but I have always wondered what the answer is. Appreciate? Most of us are desperate for that. Also, I'm not sure about the accuracy of this statement, but the relationships where the woman made the first move, according to stats, 86% of them ended in marriages. Also, it feels great to be wanted by someone when all your life you have been doing for everyone else. Do you play with your balls like we play with our tits? Like juggle them and stuff? Or is that too painful? What is the action that actually hurts the balls? Is there anything you think it compares to in female anatomy? What does it feel like to get hit accidentally, not kicked purposely, but like flicked, etc. in the balls? What hurts the balls is sudden pressure. For example, if I am running away from my neighbor Jim, who just caught me shitting in his lawn, my balls are gently slapping against my leg, but does not hurt. However, when Jim catches me and kicks me in the balls, this is a very sudden application of a very high amount of pressure, which hurts quite a lot. How much does being punched in the balls hurt? It's bad. First you feel the normal pain of just being punched, then there's a slight delay, and then there's this entirely unique, sickly, extremely strong pain that happens. It's almost like a second type of pain, specifically evolved to convince men to protect their junk. Are you as judgmental over our bodies as we are? Not even remotely close. Women are brutal about that. Do men like it when females, a friend or a girlfriend, tell you they feel safe around you? Very much so. If you want to make a man's heart melt, you tell them that. What do you think of fatherhood? Do you think the treatment of fatherhood is fair compared to motherhood? I never wanted kids because I had a painful childhood. I've got a 3-year-old daughter and she's awesome. I like that she likes a lot of the things I do. I'm a wilderness skill instructor and she knows lots of plants already. If she wants to learn knitting, I'll teach her. If she wants to learn friction fires, I'll teach her that too. My wife and I were expecting a boy, but we lost him. We are expecting again and it's a boy. I'm pretty excited about that. A couple of empathetic little badasses running around sounds great. For the first 2 pregnancies, I was scared. Now I just trust the universe and that we are a good team. Wow, thanks for everyone for the support. I just found out this morning that it's going to be a boy. When you use the toilet, does your weenie just hang into the toilet? Do you rest it on the seat? Do you ever get poop splash on your ween? Throw it over your left shoulder. It kind of hangs in the toilet. What you should consider is that the penis is more of the front of the body than a vulva, so it's not really in the way. What do you think about C-section scars? I have one and I think it's ugly. It juts out and there's a shelf. I'm otherwise quite fit looking, I'm just self-conscious about it. I've always thought scars are badass. They are like tattoos, except they are earned instead of bought. Any cool character in a fantasy movie has some wild scar, and that's how you know that character kicks ass. Do you use that opening in your boxers or briefs to pee? Or do you just pull down the top of your boxers or briefs? That little opening just doesn't seem that useful. Thanks in advance. The age-old debate. Over the fence or through the gate? Just pull down less effort. Somebody probably already asked this, but is it hard or difficult to shave your balls? Funny, cause during the act, I feel like, man, this is perfect, got it all. Then I dry off and I'm like, did I get any of it earlier? How often do you really cry? What makes you cry? Very rarely. Sometimes really need to cry, but the tears just won't come. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and girls, write in the comments what questions you always wanted to ask guys.